This year I've been working as the Welfare Officer for the Greenwich Students' Union, and I'm asking to be re-elected for Greenwich Students Officer. My commitments for next year reflect the work I've been doing this year for mental health. This year I aim to continue the provision for mental health for students at Greenwich. I want to further the strategy that I wrote with the university for mental health and wellbeing, and I want to make sure that there's money going towards services. I've been working on a bid for £300,000 for mental health provision, and I want to make sure that when that bid is successful, it's implemented and run with students in mind. I've been working already to adapt university policies and procedures to make them more student-friendly and to make sure that they reflect what the students understand and that there's adequate guidance. I've already secured funding for all tutors to be given mental health first aid training to make sure that they understand the issues that students are facing. Another commitment I have is that there will be more support for campuses. Avery Hill has seen developments already, and it's increasingly likely to see more. Campus support is one of my main manifesto points, and already in my job I've improved the Avery Hill Dome, I've increased the number of buses that happen between Avery Hill and Greenwich, and I've supported in making the laundrette 24 hours. I want to ensure that all the developments that happen at Avery Hill happen with students in mind and that students are consulted. That's why this year I went kitchen to kitchen talking to students about what they want to see from their accommodation at Avery Hill and from their library. Also, over at Medway, I've been working with students there to make sure that their committees, Students at Medway, is working efficiently and hears what students want to fix and fixes them. I want to improve this model and looking forward to develop it to engage more students. We know that there are transport issues at Medway and we want to make sure that these are fixed. This is a long-term project that I'm involved with currently that I want to see through. Another point of my manifesto is supporting student groups. Student groups are the heart of the student union and there's amazing activity already going on. I want to make sure there's better support for student groups, that students feel more employable when they finish, and that the accessibility of our student groups is improved. My #1 pledge for Welcome next year, if elected, is to make sure that the welcome fairs are fully accessible and aren't loud tents like they have been for the last few years. The student voice is the most important thing to students' unions. We must be guided by what the students want to see and what the students need. I want to make sure that everyone understands that what the students' union does and how to get involved. I want to make sure that students have the right tools to be able to make change at the university, like I've been able to do for the last 3 years. Experience is key, and that's why I'm running to be re-elected. Re-elect Henry #1 for GSU Officer, because when you vote setter, Greenwich gets better. And now the questions. What makes your approach to student priorities different to other candidates? So I was actively involved in collecting the views of the students that shape the student priorities. I went kitchen to kitchen asking students at Avery Hill what they wanted to see, and I was out in Greenwich talking to students about how they want to improve their campus. I've seen the insight and I've spoken to students about knowing about what they want to change. Mental health came through #1 in the supporting to you category, and that's really great for me to see because that makes me even more excited about the work I've been doing this year and plan to do next year if elected. The work at Avery Hill around increasing support for placement students I've been working on already, and I want to make sure that project really grows and is supporting students very well. And at Medway we know transport links are bad, and that's something that we want to improve and we're working on already. What will you do to improve the student experience for those studying on Avery Hill campus? So as someone who lived on Avery Hill for 3 years and studied there for 3 years, I know the kind of things that really annoy students that go there. That's why this year I've already been able to improve the dome in putting in a pool table and table tennis, as well as putting in sofas and an Xbox. We've also been able to make the laundrette 24 hours and make the buses run every half hour. There are more things that need to be improved, such as the post and the issues around more spaces for social activity.